Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is ISUPK Detroit under Commander General Yohana. This is the Brotherhood class. Hey, Shalom, Israel. It's lucky about that. Just had to check my voice. This is the Brotherhood class, man. And I enjoy this Brotherhood thing that we got in the ISUPK, man, is so necessary, man. This class is a heavy class, man. And Salaki, I just had to say that. And today we're gonna be going to about how we need to clean up our act, man. And stop serving ourselves and start serving the Most High. Stop serving ourselves and start serving the Most High. Because we get it twisted. We look at the way of the world, and if the world say it's okay, it's fine, and it's dandy, then what do? We think it's okay. We never even think or consider what is right according to God. We never even think or consider those things. What is right according to the Most High? Not only do we not consider what's right according to the Most High, it's like we totally disregard it. We totally disregard. It's like we don't even care. And I understand because of things like Christianity and your pastor, who just teach you nothing don't matter. You can be as sinful as you want to be. But those things, being sinful and living a sinful life, it destroys us as a people. It destroys us. We don't rise up off destruction, of Slakia. We don't rise up off of this being disobedient. Okay? Your so-called oppressor set up this whole kingdom off what? Rape, rob, and murder. We do not prosper in that manner. Okay? We don't come up in that manner. We don't unite ourselves in that manner. We have to allow ourselves to unite differently. How do we differently unite ourselves? By doing what? Following that example that Christ laid down. We can't use being in this kingdom as a reason for us not to be obedient to the Most High. Which you hear a lot of Christian pastors and things of that nature say, you can't keep all them laws. I heard one person say it's 600 or something. Another person say it's 900 or something. But they're teaching none of them. They're teaching that it's okay to break them. So by teaching you that it's okay to break them, they're literally teaching you it's okay for another brother to lay with another brother woman. It's okay to harm your brother, to murder your brother, to cheat your brother. Don't you worry about it if that's what you got to do. The Christian church literally teach you how to get rich or die trying. They literally push that. They literally push get rich or die trying. And we all, inside the Black and Hispanic community, we suffer because we following them thinking they such righteous leaders, when in fact they're not. They're ravenous wolves. Okay? And with that, the first scripture we're going to pull tonight class is we're going to go to Romans 1 and 25. Romans 1 and 25. Okay? Romans 1:25, and it reads, who changed the truth of God into a lie? Let me read that one more time. Let that sink in. Think about what's right according to the Most High. Okay? I'm going to read it one more time. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Meaning, somebody changed this truth, and you think by going, let's just use Christianity as an example, because that's one of the biggest examples that we have of changing God's truth into a lie. So we think by going into church, fainting and shouting, and then when we get out Sunday, we literally, the second we get out the parking lot, you right back rolling up that blunt, you right back trying to holler at that hoe, whatever the case may be, you right back into the sin that you was doing before you walked in. It's never a change. It never bring about change in you. You just feel good for that time while you in there, and they would have you thinking that God is forgiving you for your sins. But they never teach you or stress to you or emphasize to you the part in which is the most important part of it all. You have to change. You have to change. They allow you to come in there as a sinner and leave and go be the same sinner that you was when you came in there. And then they do what? They teach you that the Most High is okay with that, when the Most High is not okay with that, man. He not okay with that. The scriptures say, God say he hates sinners, man. He hate them. All right? So it's no way you can leave and still be sinning and thinking the Most High forgive you, and you haven't changed anything. You the same person. You the same person you was when you walked through the door. The Most High said he hates sinners, man. And that's important. So why do you never learn that? Because again, like I said earlier, they do what? They teach that get rich or die trying, man. They have a get rich or die trying doctrine. They don't have real solutions for you. And they don't care to give real solutions. Because guess what? If you start being obedient to the Most High, you no longer going to listen to them. Because they make money off of your sin. They live fat and deliciously as long as you keep sinning. Okay, so the more you sin, the more money you dumping into their bucket, and the better life that they can have. The better life their wife can have. The better life their kids can have. While you struggle in the ghetto forever because you sinning against the Most High. And you might think because you skated past the police a couple of times, the Most High was with you. No, the Most High is warning you. He warning you. If you don't change, you ain't going to keep skating like that. Okay? Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator. You find something like that in the truth, right? You'll be sitting down and you'll be talking to a brother or to a sister or something like that, right? And you'll read them something out of the Bible. You will read them something out of the Bible, and they will fight you tooth and nail. Not a physical fight, but of course just with words. Fight with you tooth and nail to tell you how wrong you are. Even though it's not your words. It's not your words. You didn't write it. It's in the Bible. Okay? Here's something too. You may think that they battling you, but really, that's that thing that's inside. That demon is battling you. That demon is on them is justifying whatever it is that they doing. Okay? What we have to learn to do is we have to learn to fight that demon on the inside of us, man. That's what we gotta fight that thing on the inside of us, man. But how do we learn that if we stuck in a place like Christianity where it tells you it's okay to sin? You see the problem? Christianity is a disgusting, got to be the most disgustingest thing on the planet for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We would value more so what the pastors say than what's actually written inside of the scriptures. Why? Because grandma started taking us there as a baby. Your mom probably started taking you there as a baby. It's all you know and everything is okay. You love God, God knows your heart, and that makes everything all right. But you don't realize what? You don't love the Most High. You don't love the Most High because you're not willing to change. You're not willing to stop your sin because your pastor tells you it's okay. So you worshiping the creature more than the creator. You worshiping the creature more than the creator, man. That's something that we have to come out of. We have to come out of that, man. Okay? And it says, who is blessed forever. Amen. From here, let's go to Isaiah, the 5th chapter. Yeah, that's something that we have to come out of because we don't realize it. It's just they don't realize it so much. We don't realize it so much because it's just the way we used to live in our lives. It's the way we used to live in our lives. I think the scriptures say, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because they reject knowledge. You trying to break the scriptures down to them and they telling you how wrong you is. They don't want to hear that. This, that, and the third. Let them celebrate Christmas. Let them celebrate Thanksgiving. Let them eat their pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. Valentine's Day, barbecue on the 4th of July. They're not interested in that. And then they pastor, who is evil as all outdoors, he set the example of it being okay because they look at to him like he's the moral leader. And he got baby back ribs all on the goddamn gone grill every chance he get. Y'all having a church breakfast and a table full of ham. Just full of ham, man. That's insane. And the Most High is against all that garbage. Okay? Isaiah 5, And let's start at 11. Let's start at Isaiah 5 and 11, man. Yeah, these are just things. These are things that plague our people, man. Christianity is the worst drug we've ever had. People walk right up in that church, higher than a fool. Learn absolutely nothing. Leave up out the church. Change absolutely nothing. And because of your Christian pastors, you think that is okay. You think that this is just life. Black man, Hispanic man, and Native man. The way we be living here, this is not just life, man. It's not. We have an oppressor who is oppressing the hell out of us at every step. Every step of the way, he oppressing the hell out of all of us, man. We all in the same boat. Okay? We all in the same boat. The only way out of it is turning back to the Most High, man. I can assure you of that. Okay? Isaiah 5 and 11. It says, woe to them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until the night, till the wine inflame them. This is for you people who wake up, and not just the strong drink. A lot of y'all just be weed headed, and y'all, the first thing y'all do in the morning is get up and smoke that blunt. And then you smoking blunts all day, every day. Drinking all day, every day. You waking up with the shakes. Okay? Verse 12. It says, and the harp, and the viol, and the terebinth, and the pipe, and the wine are in their feast. But they regard not the work of the Lord. The things you celebrate, whether it's your birthday, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's Easter, it doesn't matter what it is. You got all these things in your feast day, and what? You regard the work of the Most High not. Think about it. I said birthdays. The Most High is against birthdays. Christmas. The Most High is against Christmas. Thanksgiving. The Most High is against Thanksgiving. Easter. The Most High is against Easter. You regard the work of the Lord not. You will celebrate all them, but then you will look at one of us brothers like we crazy when we celebrate Passover, because we regard the work of the Lord. When we celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles, we regard the work of the Lord, man. It means something to us, man. And it should mean something to you too, man. It should mean something to you too, to do what the Lord said do. Okay? Reading on. Neither consider the operation of his hands, the things that the Most High have done, man. The Most High laid out what it is for us to do what? To live. We allowed the oppressor to do what? Change the truth for the Most High to what? A lie. You don't believe me? Who told you celebrating Christmas was okay? Who told you that? Your oppressor. Because the scriptures say not to do it. Who told you that celebrating Thanksgiving was okay? Your oppressor did. Why would you celebrate the murder of your brothers? Talking about we just like to eat. You eat every goddamn day. You eat every single day. And go eat that day. But you put it together like it's Thanksgiving. You celebrating Thanksgiving, the murder of your brothers, man. Who taught that? That's a learned behavior. If you didn't learn it, you would not be doing it. Okay? If you did not learn that, you would not be doing it. Reading on. Oh, Salakia, before I read on, who told you to celebrate Easter, man? Talking about the resurrection of Christ. Your oppressor. Your oppressor has done all of these things, man. All of these things your oppressor have done. And guess what? We choose to follow the creature more than the creator. You celebrate, think of this, I just like to really to say this sometimes. We actually celebrate a rabbit laying eggs. A rabbit laying eggs. Think about it. You go to your Christian church, they got an Easter egg hunt and all that nonsense going on, man. Verse 13, reading on. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity. And because we continue to disregard what the Lord said do, because we think our oppressor has all of the answers, because we think our oppressor is so high and so mighty, and because we love our oppressor so much, it says, therefore, my people are gone into captivity. We go into captivity. Y'all see the city of Detroit right now, man? Y'all see the city of Detroit? That's what we get. We get the ghettos, man. We get the run down and tore down neighborhoods, man. Those are the things that we get. Why? Because of disobedience. Because of our unwillingness to come together with one another. Our oppressor is so smooth, he got us thinking that we enemies to one another. That's how smooth our oppressor is. He has us thinking that we're enemies to one another when we should not be looking at one another as enemies, man. We should be looking at one another like we brothers. And we should be looking at him like he's the enemy. We should be looking at him like he's the enemy. But because he's not directly in our face, we don't see that. We don't see through the laws that he passed, or in the courtroom, the things that he does, or in his police force. Those things to us become so normal, we don't understand that these are attacks on us from our enemy. Us starving in the ghetto, it's become so normalized, we don't realize that this is attacks on us from our enemies. And then here's another thing. When brothers and sisters stand up and say something about it, guess what? people look at us like we are doing something wrong because we speaking out against the evil that is being done to us, man. Some kind of way it's been pushed to us to just do what? Suffer in silence. Suffer in silence and everything will be okay. Because they teach us what? We may be suffering here, but once we die, our suffering is over and we go to the kingdom of heaven. While they enjoy heaven right here on earth, man. They enjoy their heaven. So of course you would do what? You would teach your slaves and your servants that. Because what? You don't want them to stand up and build their own heaven. Okay, Salakia from ranting on a little bit there. It says, therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. Because what? We have no knowledge like what? We don't even have a knowledge of who we are. The only thing a lot of us know about ourselves is what our oppressor tells us. And we don't even understand your oppressor is not going to tell you the truth. Why would he? Why would he really tell you that you are that you the chosen people of the Lord, man? Why would he tell you that? That you fell and you in this condition because you was disobedient to the Most High. Why would he tell you that? And why would he tell you that the way out of this condition is doing what? To start following the law, statutes, and commandments. To start being obedient to the Most High. To start coming together. Okay, for us to start coming together. Zephaniah 2:1 say, gather ye self together, O nation not desired, man. Everybody got some form of idea. The Black Panthers had an idea. Martin Luther King had an idea. Malcolm X had an idea. Marcus Garvey had an idea. Everybody's gotten some form of idea, man. But nobody except for the ISUPK says, you know what? Here's the idea. Let's follow the Lord, man. The Lord that we turned our back on. Let us turn back to him. Because everything else has failed. It's been tried and it's been tested and it collapsed and failed us. Look at Islam, man. Islam on his last leg. That stuff is over. Even Christianity is starting to fall apart. It's only one place that's been around since 1969 and continue to grow. That's the UPK, man. Because we the home of the truth and the Lord is with us, man. Because we actually care about the people that's out there suffering, man. We actually care about that. Any other place, don't. How do you know they don't? Because they don't tell you about following the Lord, man. They don't tell you that following the Lord is the way to get yourself out of the condition that we in. They all want you to follow them. Okay? Reading on. And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude are dried up with thirst. Because every time what? What do we mean when they say, your multitude is dried up with thirst? Your multitude is dried up with thirst. Meaning what? We recognize that the condition we in, right? We see it. Everybody knows it's something wrong. Okay? We all know it's something wrong. You don't need me to sit up here and tell you that it's something wrong with the condition of black people. Black, and when I say black, of course, I'm talking about blacks and Hispanics. You don't need, and Native Americans, Salakia. So you don't need me to sit up here and tell you that, right? You could just walk out your house and see that it's something wrong. What it's saying when it's saying that we're dried up with thirst, we've tried so many different things, man. Like I was just saying a minute ago, whether it was the Black Panthers, which failed us, whether it was marching, that failed us, whether we tried Islam, it failed us, whether we tried the Africanism, being African, back to Egypt and all that garbage, it failed us. Christianity, it failed us, man. Every which way we turn inside this kingdom, man, it fails us, man. It fails us. We haven't tried anything that actually worked until the UPK came, man. This thing here, it actually works. And it works because it teaches brothers and sisters the one thing that nobody else teaches us: how to come together. And not how to come together and do what some men tell you to do, but come together and do as Christ told us to do, man. Come together and do the things that Christ said for us to do. We talking about following Christ for real. Not no play with Christ. Not no saying we love Christ and Christ is and the Most High is okay with us doing whatever it is we want to do. Not that. I'm talking about really serving the Lord, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about really fighting the things. Like, we may have things that we like to do before we came into this truth, but it was unlawful. Putting those things down, man. Putting those things down and serving the Lord. Putting away our sins, man, and serving the Lord. Verse 14, it reads, it says, therefore hell have enlarged into herself. Because what? How do hell enlarge in itself? It brings in more and more and more people. It bringing more and more people. And how is it bringing more and more people? Because people don't want to do what? They don't want to be obedient to the Most High. They do not want to be obedient to the Most High any whatsoever, man. Any whatsoever do they want to be obedient to the Most High. That's how hell enlarged herself. Reading on. And open her mouth without measure. And open her mouth without measure. Meaning her mouth, just do this. As many people as she can get into it. As many people as can get dragged down to this lower state. As many people as that can suffer inside the ghetto and not get out of it. As many people that can stay strung out on drugs. As many people that can still celebrate Christmas. As many people that still support the alphabet community. Hell is just in opening her mouth, swallowing these people up. For what reason? Because they don't want to be obedient to the Most High, man. It's a simple solution to all of these things that plague us inside our community, man. It is a simple solution to these things. Okay? Reading on. And their glory, and their multitude, and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into her. Because what? He that rejoices shall descend into her. Because you doing what? You out here think you living it up, man. You think you got it going on, man. You out here having just the time of your life. You out here popping whores, smoking weed, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, throwing women away left and right, man. You just enjoying life. You just rejoicing away. But guess what? Guess what? You're going to descend into what? Into hell because what? You are sinning. You live in such a sinful life. You don't get the Most High. This is the thing, man. The Most High does not reward people for sinning. It doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that. The Most High don't reward you for being a sinner. That's not how it works. You may think you may win a battle, but you will not win the war. Sooner or later, you're going to have to answer for the things that you've done. And you're not going to be able to say, I didn't know. Because it's brothers on them corners. Commander General Yohana sent brothers on them corners every weekend. Fridays and Saturday. We out there. We out there in them streets, man. In the beaming hot sun, in the cold, we're out there. And I know you done walk past us once or twice. So you can't say you didn't know and nobody didn't tell you or nothing like that, man. You're going to have to answer sooner or later, man. And it's not going to be that you can, it's something that you can respond to. Because in that time, it's not going to be anything to say. You're just going to shut your damn mouth and listen. Okay? You can't let your oppressor tell you what's, matter of fact, you know what? I was about to do something But let's get Proverbs 3 and 31. I just want to get this right quick. Salaki, this is a tad bit off of what I'm talking about, but let's get Proverbs 3 and 31. Okay? It's a tad bit off from where I was going, but it's still kind of on what I was talking about, so just Salaki. Okay, this is Proverbs 3 and 31. This says, envy thou not the oppressor. And that is the problem today. That is one of our problems today. We envy our oppressor. We envy the things that he have. We look at the lifestyle that he set up. Whether it's the cars, the clothes, the money. And we think, ooh, I have to have those things. I have to have those things, no matter what it takes, to the point where you will do anything to your brother. You would do anything to your sister. Because you have to have those things that you see your oppressor with, man. Not realizing your oppressor, he steps on people to get to that, man. He raped, robbed, and murdered his way to sit on top, man. When we look and think about things like that, we never factor that part into it. We see him, we look at him on top and never think about what he done to us and our people and people in the world to get in the position that he was in. We never consider that, man. We never look at that part. Raped, robbed, and murdered and stole his way into this position that he in. We shouldn't envy that, man. Because then when we do what do? We rape, rob, and murder each other. We pimp our sisters out for that money so we can get that new car. We sell drugs to our brothers and sisters so we can get for an outfit and some Jordans. For an outfit and some Jordans, we sell drugs to our people. We care more about a pair of pants and some Jordans than we care about our own people. Why? Because we envy the oppressor. We'd rather harm brothers than to come together with brothers. And we can have our own clothing brand. We can make our own cars. We can do it. How I know we can do it? Because we're doing it for the oppressor. You mean to tell me we can do it for the oppressor, but we can't do it for ourselves? That don't even make no sense. That don't make no sense whatsoever. If we can do it for him, we can damn sure do it for ourselves. Salaki, reading on. And choose, it says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And choose none of his ways, man. Just like I just said a minute ago, he had to rape, rob, and murder to get on top. Now you gonna rape, rob, and murder to get on top too? Here go the difference. He raped, robbed, and murdered us. And guess what you gonna do? You gonna rape, rob, and murder us too, man. Your own brothers. Your very own brothers, man. Just to try to get on top, because what? We choosing the way of the oppressor. We want to be him. We want to be just like what he doing. He got racks on racks in his bank account, so we got to have racks on rack too. Don't matter how we get it, because we choosing the way of oppression of our oppressor. So we get it through what? He got it through destroying our people. So how do we get it? We get it through destroying our people too. He got it through robbing our people. So how do we get it? We get it through robbing our people too. It's not, we should never choose any of his ways. Going this way. A lot of us like to think what? If we get out there and vote, man, we can change something. We've been voting since the 60s. We've been going backwards. Voting opened up the door to allow them to flood drugs into our community. That's what voting did. Voting allowed your oppressor to come into your community and destroy it. Before we voted, we ran everything in our neighborhoods. After we start voting, what you see now is the results. That's the result of your voting, not right there. That's the result of your voting. Because before we started doing all that stuff, we was okay, man. We was in our community and we were just fine. Which is why it was a face that was necessary to rally us up, to have us thinking that if we done this and went about it this way, it would be better for us. If we join hand in hand with our enemy, life would be so much smoother for us. Look at their swimming pool versus our swimming pool. We join hand in hand with the enemy over a goddamn swimming pool. Over a swimming pool. We destroyed black people over a swimming pool and some other a hamburger, being able to eat in their restaurants. We destroyed generations of black people because we wanted to eat in our oppressors' restaurants. Come on, man. Don't envy the oppressor, man. Choose none of his ways, man. Those not the ways that we should be going. I want y'all to really think about what we got out of this, man. We got to eat in the same restaurant. We got to use the same restroom. We got to drink from the same water fountain. What in the hell is going on? We've been tricked. We thinking eating at a restaurant. We had our own damn restaurant. We didn't need to eat at their restaurant. How do we think that's not a win for us, man? We lost. And as a result, look at your community out there, man. Look at the condition we in. We lost. What is the problem? The problem is we won't admit that we lost. The second we admit that we lost, then guess what we can do? We can start going about change. We can start going about change, man. And it's so necessary because we can identify where we went wrong at. And do what? Start correcting those things, man. We can start correcting where we went wrong at. Okay? So we should envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, man. Because none of his ways what? Benefit us. His ways is set up for him. They're not set up for us. You and I, we don't prosper off of his way of life. Not as a people. Why would your oppressor want his slaves to prosper? He wants to keep what? His slaves. He don't want you working for yourself. He wants you working for him. So he tell you that voting is going to help. We got these jobs over here. Y'all come work. Salakia, we fought so hard to work for him and build his kingdom up for him. Think about this. The civil rights movement was never about building ourselves up. It was about eating in his restaurants, working for him, voting for him. It was all about pushing him to the top. We were selling our businesses to use the money to travel to go beg him for a job. And nobody examines that and says, you know what? We shouldn't have done that. We made the mistakes here, man. But now let's correct them this way. That never happens to us, and that we don't do that as a people, man. Because now what has happened? It done got so bad where all we do now is we just care about ourselves. We just care about ourselves. We don't think about our brother. Long as I'm good. Okay? And that comes from envying the oppressor and doing what? Choosing his way of life. Because his way of life is to do what? Step on us. So guess what you will do? You'll step on your brother too, man. Salaki, I had to bring that out. Okay, let's get Isaiah 30. Isaiah the 30th chapter, man. Yeah, that's too bad that we've come to that. Okay. Isaiah 30, and we're going to start at verse 1. Excuse me. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord." Woe to the rebellious children, the children that don't listen, man. Okay? The children that refuse to do what the Most High said do. Okay? Saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Meaning, we listen to everything else. We listen to TV. We listen to the internet. We listen to Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, We listen to everything, man. But we never listen to the Most High. We never listen to Most High. We take counsel, but not of the Most High, man. We let the internet run our life and tell us how to and tell us how to live. What's trending? What's trending on the internet? It's how we govern our life. Okay. What some superstar is wearing, maybe a Beyonce for the women, or nowadays they like Meg the Stallion. Good night. Meg the Stallion made it cool to be a thot. She got a whole man somewhere, y'all, and is college educated. She not out here thotting, but she's influencing y'all to do the same thing. Y'all got to stop being tricked so easy. We got to stop being tricked so easy. But she'll do it because what? She envied the oppressor and choose his ways. She rejoicing, man, and that's how, like, this is everything that we just went over today. She having a good time and rejoicing, teaching y'all to be thoughts, teaching y'all it's okay to be thoughts and have fun and hot girl summer and all that nonsense. And she what? She ain't out here doing all that stuff. She is making her money. She getting paid, man. All right. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, but not of the spirit of the Most High, man. Not of the spirit of the Most High. If y'all, I'm gonna hold this right quick. Hold on, Salakia. Let's get Habakkuk 2:19. Let's get that right quick. Habakkuk 2:19. It said, "Woe to the rebellious children that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit." You don't cover yourself with the spirit of the Most High. You cover yourself with the spirit of the oppressor, the things that he like. You cover yourself with a covering with the spirit of the internet, Facebook. Okay? And watch this. Habakkuk 2:19. It say, "Woe unto them that saith to the wood, awake," right? "To the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach." That's for these are the things that we cover ourselves with. Whether things like Christianity and, like I said, the dumb stone, Islam, all this garbage out here that we cover ourselves with, man. But we never consider the truth of the Bible. We never consider that. We never want that to be the covering for us. We never want that to be the thing for us. Okay, I'm reading on. It says, "To the dumb stone, arise, and it shall teach." Salakia, I just can't allow myself to just read over that. It say, "Arise to the dumb stone." You know, I was talking to a Muslim one time, and they told me, we don't worship the Kaaba stone. It's not what we worship. You know what I said to him in return? I said, what the hell is that y'all bowing down to then? You bow down to what you worship. If you bow down before the stone, you worship the stone. That's what you worshiping. The dumb stone. It says, behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. It's no life, and it doesn't cover you with the Spirit of the Most High. Some fake Israelite group don't cover you in the Spirit of the Most High. Christianity does not cover you in the Spirit of the Most High. The internet doesn't cover you in the Spirit of the Most High. It's only one way you get the Spirit of the Most High. You get in the ISUPK and learn these scriptures, man, and learn how to follow the Most High properly. Learn how to be obedient properly. That's how you cover yourself in the Spirit of the Most High. That's how it's done. It's done through obedience, man. Okay? Back to Isaiah 30:1. Salakia. I'll be trying not to, y'all, but it hit me and then I just got to pull it. Okay? It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, man. That's so heavy too, man. We could probably just do a whole class on us covering ourselves with other things, but not the real Spirit of the Most High. The different philosophies and things that we into inside of this earth, man. Nowadays, as I brought out one time before, people just walk around talking about I'm spiritual. What in the hell is being spiritual? What the hell is that? What really is being spiritual? What are you doing when you're spiritual? Okay. Salaki, y'all give me 1 second here. I gotta just check and make sure I don't have any questions. Okay. Salaki, bear with me. Yeah, what is being spiritual? That's what I want to know. I don't know what being spiritual is. But I guess it's from what it looked like to me and what I think it is. I ain't 100% sure. It might be them people that talk to the trees and all that stuff. They just into nature. They talk to the trees and talk to the air, and they think they're an air bender and a tree bender and all of that garbage. Don't fall for that stuff, y'all. Please. Every couple of years there's something new. Okay? For the longest of time, people was with that African nonsense. That came to naught too. That's another thing that trip our. That's another stumbling block for our people. That back to Egypt nonsense. Why would we want to go back to the place? This is show you that the Bible is so true. We being oppressed and in captivity and in slavery, and want to go back to the other place where we was in captivity in slavery in. Because it's all we know. That's why they want to go back to Egypt. They don't want to go back to someplace else in Africa. The important target is Egypt. Why? Because the truth be told, they love the oppressor. They love the oppressor. They just a little mad at this one, so they just want to go back to their old oppression. Why would it be Egypt of all the places that you can pick inside of Africa? They love Kemet in ancient Egypt. That's how you know the Bible is the real deal, Salakia. This is how you know the Bible is the real deal. And it says that they may add sin to sin. And you just adding sin to sin. You sin, and then you stack sin on top of sin, and then more sin. And it's a never-ending sin thing. It's a never-ending sin. Why is it a never-ending sin? Because you did what? Because you did what? You chose a covering, but not of the Spirit of the Most High. You chose a covering from an oppressor. You chose a covering of Islam. You chose a covering of Facebook or TikTok or some nonsense like that. OnlyFans. These are the things that you choose to cover with, man. You don't cover with the law, statutes, and commandments. You cover with mumbo jumbo, back to Egyptism. Okay? Verse 2. That go down into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. So how do we strengthen? Put it on today time. How do we strengthen ourselves with the strength of Pharaoh? Put it on today time. How do we strengthen ourselves with the strength of Pharaoh? By following Pharaoh's way, by following your oppressor's way of life. That's how you do it. Our women don't learn how to be women based on what's being passed down to them in this sense. They learn how to be women and be husbands and be boy or whatever you want to call it, according to reality TV. That's how our women act nowadays. Just like that mumbo jumbo you see on reality TV. They act just like them, man. TV influences our women on how to conduct themselves in a relationship with their men. How to conduct themselves in life, man. Because you strengthen yourself with Pharaoh. You strengthening yourself with your oppressor. You don't give a damn what the Most High said. The Most High said your man is supposed to be over you. You want to be over your goddamn man. You want to tell him what to do. You want to tell him when he want to come home, when it's okay for him to go out. We strengthening ourselves with the strength of Pharaoh, man. And you not realizing what? You shouldn't do that to your man. You weaken your man when you do that. You stealing his strength away. That's why the scriptures say never give that strength to a woman. But you weaken your man when you do that. And your man think that's the best way to go. You know, he just like, okay, whatever. We strengthen ourselves with the way our oppressor want us to be, man. Reading on. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt, meaning we trust in the things that is in this kingdom. Just putting it on today. We trusting in the things which has been the theme all night, man. That's been the thing all night. For you to see that the Most High is against the things inside, the things that we do inside of this kingdom. To bring to light that the very things that they tell us is okay is the very things that's destroying us as a people. That's the very theme of tonight, man. That's the very theme of tonight. Reading on. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Meaning you're gonna be put to shame, man. Because the things that we love inside of this kingdom is shameful things, man, that the oppressor push over on us, man. It's shameful. You should be ashamed of yourself if you're a grown man and you walking around in some capris. That's shameful, man. That's shameful. For a grown man to walk around in some capris. Some skinny pants on and all that garbage, man. That's shameful, man. And your oppressor telling you that's okay. It's not okay, man. You want to be a part of the alphabet community, man. That's shameful, man. That is shameful. You want to celebrate Thanksgiving, the murder of your brothers, man. That's shameful, man. How you going to celebrate the murder of your brothers, man? That is shameful. A sister got to sit at the table with that uncle who molested her whole goddamn life. That's shameful, man. That is shameful. This Bible is so true, man. The strength of Egypt is gonna be your shame, man. The strength of this kingdom, the things that strengthen you, is actually shameful things, man. You got to sit down at the Thanksgiving table and the Christmas table with the person who molested you your whole life, man. That's shameful. That is so shameful. And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. You're gonna be confused in this life, man. You ain't gonna understand the whole lot, because you don't understand the whole lot now. All you know is what go on inside of your community ain't right. Why is it so messed up in our community? Why is it this? Why is it that? You confused as hell. All you can ask is why. You know something wrong, but you don't have a clue as to why. Get in the UPK, man. Get in all black. We'll tell you why. We'll show you why. We'll break it down for you. Not only will we tell you why, we'll give you the actual solution, man. The actual solution to create that change. The actual solution to create that change, we'll give it to you, man. From here, let's get, we're going to stay in Isaiah. Let's get Isaiah in the first chapter. Let's get Isaiah, the first chapter, and we're going to start at 13. Yep, we're going to start at 13. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 13, and it reads, bring no more vain oblations, incense is an abomination unto me. The Most High don't want you bringing no more of that garbage to him, man. The Most High don't want no more. He's sick of that garbage. We have to be a little bit more. We have to start caring about the Most High a lot more than what we do now. Especially in the times that we in. The problem with some of our people is we don't understand it until it's right at our doorstep. Until it's smacking us right in the face. Okay? Then we want to hurry up, and then we want to try to change, and then try to do what's right. But at that point, it's too late. Okay? So bring no more of these abominations to the Most High. It says, the new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is a iniquity. Even the Solomon meeting. These things is sin to the Most High, man. You want to assemble yourself a Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, instead of doing what the Most High said do, man. Verse 14, it says, your new moons and your appointed feast, my soul hateth. The Most High hate the things that we do. It hates the things that we do. The Most High had a complete system in place, and it's all been changed. It's all been changed, man, to something totally different. He says, they are troubled unto me. I am weary to bear them. He don't want no part of this. You sitting there praying over a big spiral ham and some duck. Talking about for the Most High to bless that food. You lucky the Most High don't choke you to death on that, man. You lucky he don't make you choke to death on that. And this is one of the reasons why we will never be able to come together if we never start being obedient to the Most High. We'll never be able to come together if we continue to follow the ways of our oppressor. Okay? Verse 15, and when you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. You put your hands up and you think you praying to the Most High and you blessing that Thanksgiving dinner. The Most High said, I'm hiding my eyes from you, man. When you inside that Christian church and you holding up your hands and you praying, the Most High said, I'm gonna hide my eyes from you. It says, yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear you. Your hands are full of blood. Your hands are full of blood, man. How we treat one another, man. The things we do. The drugs we sell. The pimping women we do. Our hands are full of blood, man. Verse 16. Wash you. Make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Meaning, repent, change. Do what? Clean yourself up and start following the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the answer. That's the solution. That's how we get it right, man. That's how we get it right. That's the answer. The Most High said, wash yourself, man, and make yourself clean. Put away the evil from doing his eyes. You don't have to sell your brother drugs. You don't have to pimp the women out. You don't have to do none of those things, man. Here's the one thing we have to do. It's one thing we have to do. Follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. That is the only thing that we have to do as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. When we start to do that, everything else gonna take care of itself. Because what? Because the law, statutes, and commandments teach us what? How to do what? Love one another, man. How to treat one another. How to take care of one another. How to start our own government. How to set up any infrastructure we would need to set up. How to run our businesses correctly. Don't cheat your brother. Don't try to get over on your brother. But your oppressor teach you everything opposite of that. Your oppressor teaches you every single thing opposite of that. Why? Because keeping us at odds and keeping us divided, he's able to do what? Stay in power. He's able to stay in power like that. If we come together, then guess what? We're going to do what? We're going to be over him. We're going to overtake him. We're going to overtake him if we come into power. Okay? And he knows that. He knows that. He knows that if we come together, it's not a secret to him. Why you think he won't tell us? Why you think he won't tell you who you are? Where you really? Why you think they keep pushing the narrative that you are African? While a whole nother group of people run around and pretend that they're you. Why you think that is? Because your oppressor know what? If we ever come together, if we ever figure it out, guess what? His time is up. His time is up, man. And guess what? His time is up. It really is. Let's from here, let's get Revelations, 18th chapter. Revelations 18. Yeah, this is that Brotherhood class, man. This is the Brotherhood class right here, man. And we have to put away the things that we done when we was in the world. To put those things down and put those things away. Okay? Revelations 18, and we're going to pick it up at verse 4. Yeah, we're going to pick it up at verse 4. Give y'all a hot second to get there with me. And verse 4 reads, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, 'Come out of her, my people.'" These people are, of course, as we all know, the people that they're talking about in this verse is who? Israel. The people that they're talking about is Israel. And who is the her that they want us to come out of? Remember, this is the end times. So who would be the her? The her would be this kingdom that the people that his people, the Most High people, are in. This is how you know it's not talking about the people that's over in Israel right now. Because what if they in their land, what is it that they need to come out of? It's not their land. But his people, the Most High people, the Israelites, they are in the land that they need to come out of. They are in the land they need. And not just so much, and not just physically come out of, mentally come out of. Mentally come out of, man. "That ye be not partakers of her sin." And that's how you know they're talking that mental aspect of it. Come out of her. Stop sinning. Stop thinking the way that they think. Separate yourself from your enemy. Stop loving your oppressor so much. When you start loving your brother and stop loving your oppressor so much, you're gonna start seeing things a lot differently, man. You're going to start seeing things a lot differently. You're going to start seeing things for what they really are. And you're going to say, damn, I never thought, I never paid attention to, I didn't realize I was. But that's how it is when you come into the truth, man. And you start loving your brothers, man. And you stop giving your love to your oppressor. That's how it is, man. "That you be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." You don't want, because the punishment that they're going to receive for what they've done, you don't want to be a part of that, man. Christ said he going to have the sheep on his right hand and the goat on his left hand. And the people on the right is going to be his people. And the people on the left, he's going to say, "Depart from me, I do not know you." You don't want to be on that left side of Christ, man. You don't want to be that, man. You don't want to receive the plagues from sitting around, from laying in sin with her. Verse 5. "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities." That mean her sins is over. There's no more sins for her. No, we're not allowing this no more. It's judgment time. And you may have forgot, because that's how they teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We get taught that was old. That's in the past. Forget about all that stuff. That stuff don't matter no more. That's how we get taught. While when it comes to them, we always have to remember what happened to them. They told us 9/11, never forget it. But when it comes to you and I, it's old, forget about it. That stuff don't matter no more. Who cares about that stuff? Who cares about that stuff? The Most High said, "I remember her iniquities." That's who care. The Most High care, man. He said, "I remember her iniquities." So we might forget, And we may think it's so. The Most High ain't forgot. And he don't think it's so. He said, I have remembered her iniquities. Verse 6, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. Meaning the things that she's done, she's going to receive double. Double unto her. That's how angry the Most High is, man. He just not going to pass the judgment. It's going to be double unto her. Here's the thing. You don't want to be a partaker of her judgment. So you don't want double, like we just read in verse 6. Salakia, like we just read in verse 4. That ye not be partakers in receiving her plagues. Because the Most High going to reward her double for the things that she's done. Because he didn't forget. He didn't forget about slavery, man. And what was done to us when we was in slavery. He didn't forget about what they did to the Native American Indians when they came over here. He didn't forget about them putting smallpox into their blankets. He didn't forget about that, man. He did not forget about them taking the pregnant women and cutting their stomachs and pulling the babies out of their stomachs and then taking the heel of their boot and crushing the baby's skull open in front of the mother. The Most High did not forget about none of that stuff, man. They didn't forget about raping our women. The Most High did not forget about those things. You may have forgot. You may have forgot. And they may have think they got away with it. But the Most High say, I didn't forget. I did not forget. One bit did I forget. And I'm going to reward you double for it. You're going to get double for it. Since you want to do that, that's going to happen to you, but double. Make no mistake about it, man. According to her works, and in the cup which she had filled to her double. The things that she's done, like Christ said, let my cup not pass me. Well, let her cup not pass her. Let her cup not pass her, man. Why should it? Why should it, man? Think about the things that's been done to you and I since we've been here. The Most High ain't forget the police gunning us down for no reason. He see those things and he like, okay. And be mindful of this. They know that we the chosen people of the Most High. So they understand what they're doing. They understand that they're brutalizing the chosen people of the Lord. They understand that that's what they're doing. They understand that they strip the identity away from the people of the Lord. To do what? To keep us under their foot. To keep us under their foot, man. They don't have no love in their heart whatsoever for us. It's straight hatred. It is straight hatred, man. And we had better understand that, and we had better come out of this mindset that they have us in. We had better come out of it, man. And we had better start listening to the priests and the prophets that's in the earth, man. The ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. We had better start listening and following that, man. Because if you don't, double unto you. You will receive her plagues. And with that, I'm going to close the class, y'all. Salam, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatam. Salam, Yahweh Shamar, Allah Taba Hashem, Yahweh Shah to the sisters.